Today's video is on you deserving fair treatment. I just happened to be scrolling on social media and I just wanted to find a random topic. And it was about choosing situations where you know you're not being treated properly, but you choose to go into it simply because you treat the other person with care. So you have this expectation that you think that they're going to turn around in their behavior and they're going to end up treating you like the queen or the king that you are. Stop it. Stop it right now. Just stop. Just stop. That's really all I got for you. Like, truly, people show you who they are, and it's not for them to have to explain a manual of who they are and break that down and for you to figure out, is this person going to change for me or grow with me years down the line? Just stop. Stop seeking attention. Stop trying to force someone into a behavior to your liking. Stop trying to teach and train. People are not your children. Yes, there are some relationships that can grow. There are some relationships that have grown over time. But what you have to see is this person choosing to grow in these spaces because we communicated that poor behavior and they chose to grow from that? But are you constantly trying to get a person through communication, through your argument and all of these things, and you can't seem to get into a space of alignment with that person? I'm one of those people. I will care for a person. I will be kind to a person. I will go out of my way for a person. I will try every level of communication. I've trained myself into being a good person, trying to see if there's a method that's going to work for an individual, a method that's going to get them to communicate, a method where, do I quiet my tone of voice? Do I speak a certain type of way? Do I, I'm literally going into my head trying to master my behavior, which is good for myself. But when you're with a person and y'all constantly getting into these battles because nothing seems to work, that's a message for you. People show up as who they are. Some people can grow with you and some people gotta go. Some people are there for a season and some people are there for a full lifetime. But what you have to recognize in your life is, what do you want? What do you want? What can your spirit deal with? And you also have to ask yourself, why did I attract this person in the first place? Is this from my trauma? Is this from a pain that I need to grow through? Did I just attract my trauma bonding mate so that I got to receive so much amount of pain from this person, so much amount of stress that it's going to agitate my spirit so much to where it's going to end up getting me into a space to where I got to deal with myself now? Because at the end of the day, every person you have in your life is a choice. Down to your mother, down to your father, down to your siblings, down to every soul around you. Everybody. You have a choice whether you want to be around people where you receive love and you know that there's an equal balance of love, of give and take, and you're not always in resistance with the person. You're not always fighting. You're not always trying to get them to see a picture that they never want to paint for themselves. Stop going to war trying to get people to love you correctly. That's not the battle. Stop going to war to try to get people to see you correctly, to hear you correctly. It doesn't work like that. I know we've been taught and trained and think that these relationships are supposed to last based off of the love that I give it, and people have told you in your life that just stick around, marriages change and turn around after a certain amount of years. Some people do. There's a small number of people who, over time, They've had enough. They've dealt with enough stress and enough pain and enough pressure, and they start to choose to grow. And it becomes obvious to you because you become a little more calm in yourself. But when you're constantly trying to train someone up to loving you, you're literally going to put a person into a chaser position to where whatever you chase is going to run away from you. You cannot chase love. You can only be love. And 9 times out of 10, you only attracting a mate who will give you hell in a certain realm where you neglect yourself. So if you say, oh, he doesn't give me enough quality time, he doesn't give me enough attention, I guarantee you walking around looking rough and raggedy, you tired, you don't really pay attention to yourself and your own personal needs. You will spend money on other people before you give it to yourself, and you're asking for quality time from a person when they watching you neglect yourself, and so they end up neglecting you as well, because you really do attract what you are. So when you see people in those, whatever you see on the outside in your relationships is exactly how you treat yourself. And you gotta see it. You gotta see that if you got people who are generous to you, then that's because there's somewhere in yourself that you're generous to. You're generous in your love. There's a space that you water. But if you see people just neglecting you everywhere, arguing with you, fighting with you, sending you stress, not seeing you, it's because all that energy you gave out to them, you gotta pour it back in. You gotta say, you know what? It's time out. It's time out for everybody and everything. Y'all can have y'all space. I'm gonna give it to me now. And when you really get real still in that space, you realize it's actually harder for me. It's harder for me to take out the time to water myself and to actually build something for myself than it is for me to do for other people. And that's the true resistance, that you be resistant to your own energy. All that chaotic energy that you put out, all that energy that you give out by loving on other people, because it is chaos when you loving on other people, but you ain't loving on yourself. You attracted to people, but you're not attracted to your own self. You don't think you beautiful when you look in the mirror. You think that you insecure, you're feeling like you're overweight, you're stressed, and all of these things are plaguing your mind, and you expect other people to be attracted to that when you ain't even attracted to you, when you don't even tell you I love you, when you don't even compliment your own self and your own skin, when you ain't looking at yourself with a joyful eye. So it is unfair to walk in this road and have to go through those challenges, but through that fire, through that hell, there's a purification and a cleansing process. And that cleansing is that energy. It's just energy, because it's all energy. It's all radiating energy. And so what it is it's trying to all come up to the surface, so you get attracted to that energy, so you can pull up all of that pain and that trauma and those things that you've experienced in your mind up into the surface, so you can take what that is and say, now I choose something new for myself. I choose a new energy. I choose a new path. I'm not choosing the same situation. I'm not choosing that same man. I'm not going down that same path. I'm gonna stop it right the fuck there, right there, because I know what it is. So you got to challenge yourself to see it, and not trying to you can't mold people. People make their own choices. So make your choice. Make your choice to see you. Make your choice to believe in you. Make your choice to empower you, to love on you, to care for you, be kind to you, take care of you, be gentle to you, to mother you, to nurture you. Make your choice, because yes, it might seem unfair, but it's more unfair when you treat your own self that way. It's more unfair. I love you guys. Pray you have a beautiful day. Peace and blessings.